All right, folks, thanks for being here. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate it. Guys, if you are brand new to me, go ahead and hit that plus button up there at the top. Give me a follow. Stay connected with me. Guys, I do these lives every day. I help people learn how to start making income using social media. I help people learn how to build their business, build their brand, grow their following. Guys, I'm here to give you hope today. That's my goal. I want you to have hope that you can turn your finances around. I want you to have hope that you can get out of that second job, that third job, those 4 side hustles. I want you to have hope that you can get the credit card debt gone, can get the retirement savings grown. Guys, I want to give you hope. 18 months ago, I was without hope. I didn't have hope, one, that my wife and I were ever going to be able to retire. I thought for sure there was just, the chances were 100%. We were going to be working till the day we were dead. Period. Hard stop. End of story. And guys, I learned how to do something different 18 months ago. I learned how to start making money in the online space. I learned things that I didn't understand that regular, everyday folks like you and me can do. Guys, I thought you had to be fancy, special, pretty, athletic, talented, a celebrity. I thought you had to be something like that in order to make money online. I didn't understand that regular, everyday people can jump into the space of social media, like here on TikTok or any of the other platforms, and start learning how to make an income there. Guys, it literally changed the way I look at the world. Before that, I was working full-time. My wife was working full-time. I was doing 4, 5, 6 different side hustles over the course of time. DoorDash, Instacart, flipping on eBay, Amazon, Etsy, Uber. I was trying everything because I just needed to keep bills paid. You see, back in 2021, in the middle of COVID, my entire team at my company, and I'd been at that company for 16 years. I'd been in that industry for 30 plus years. My entire team got let go in the middle of COVID. Guys, that day, and I talk about it in my videos a lot. You could actually, if you're not following me, hit the plus button up here and follow me. And go watch some of my videos. Just go into my profile, click that picture up there, go watch some of my videos. You'll find a video if you scroll down called The Tuesday That Changed Everything. That was literally the day my life flipped on its end financially. Guys, if you are new to me, I'm going to do a couple of things. I want to ask some questions. I got to send out a couple of invitations to folks who asked to be on my live this morning. So give me a second to do that. While I'm doing it, will you guys do me a couple of favors? We need to get the TikTok algorithm warmed up. That hearts number right there that's sitting on 0, that needs to grow and grow fast. And you guys have control over that. You guys just start using that index finger, double tapping on your screen just like this. That number's going to grow. You're going to see hearts go up down the side over here. And that number right there is going to grow. So I need you guys double tapping on the screen while you're sitting there. You are an active participant in this live. I want you to act like it. So start double tapping the screen. While you're not double tapping the screen, guys, I want you to answer a question for me. I want you to tell me where you're watching from. This is really easy stuff. Just tell me where you're watching from. What city are you in? What state are you in? My name's Mike. I'm out in the Pacific Northwest, state of Washington. Where are you guys coming in from today? Just pop it into the comments. Let me know. Guys, again, I'm Mike. I teach people how to make money online. It doesn't get much more straightforward than that. I help people learn how to make money in the social media space. So many people, especially those of you, I don't think you are a user. I don't think you are. Oh, shoot. All right. All right, you guys are being way too quiet today. We got one person that's tapping the screen. Go ahead, guys. I need some interaction. I need some of you to start chatting. I need some of you to start tapping away on the screen. Let's get that 765 there. Let's get that up to 1,000. Just start tapping away on the screen for me. But guys, more importantly, I want you chatting with me. Just answer a simple question. Where are you watching from? I'm out in the state of Washington. What state, what city, where are you guys joining in from today? Pop it into the comments, let me know. And if today is the very, very, very first time you've ever run across me in the online space, I showed up on your For You page today, you're like, who the heck is this guy? And what's he talking about making money online in 2026? I'm gonna tap the screen, go in, see what he has to say. If today is the first day you've ever run across me, put the number 1 in the comments. This is really easy. Put the number 1. If you've seen me before, been on my lives, follow me, watched my videos, put a number 2. Guys, here's the crazy part. Most of you have never once seen me before a day in your life. That's just statistically, that's the way this works out every single day. About 95% of the people that come into my lives are brand new, never seen me before a day in their life. Well, I don't even know. Frankly, I don't even know if that's a 32-inch TV. This is a spare bedroom. So, you know, it's the TV that, I don't know, when we have guests a few times a year, that's the TV they have in their room. So that is pretty funny, though. Guys, again, couple of questions. And hello, guys, tell me where you're watching from. This is easy stuff. Pop it into the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm Mike. I'm out in the state of Washington, Pacific Northwest. Put in the comments where you guys are watching from, what city, what state, where you coming in from. And if today is the first day you've ever run across me, put a number 1 in the comments. This is easy stuff, you guys. All of you need to be Australia in the house. First person to check in this morning. Franklin, thank you, my friend. Showing everybody how this works. We got Marie in Miami. Thank you for being here from Miami. I appreciate it. And you're a number 1. First time viewer. Okay, see, that's the cool thing about TikTok. There are nearly 2 billion people on this platform. I've been doing lives every day for 18, 19, I don't know, maybe it's 20 months now, going back to August of 2024. Not sure how many months that is, 18, 19, 20, whatever it is. I've been doing lives every day since August of 2024. I mean, you know, not Christmas, not Thanksgiving, but you know what I mean. Basically every day. I post 3 videos every day. So I've posted, I don't know, 1,500 videos or something. I've gone live probably 700 or 800 times. All right, Franklin. Well, I started August 1st, so I was celebrating your birthday early. I've done 700 or 800 lives. I've posted 1,500, maybe as many as 2,000 videos. And today is the first day you're running across me. See, TikTok put this live on your page for a reason. Guys, you're here because you're looking to learn something. You guys are, and this is my story. So I'm talking about you guys, but this is literally my story. You guys are buried in debt. You've only been on TikTok for a week. Is that what you're saying, Marie? Wow. Winger? I'm probably butchering that. I'm sorry. All right, Marie, excellent. Thank you for being here. If you're here because you're looking for ways to earn some extra income, you're in the right place. That's what I teach people. I teach people how to build a business. I teach people how to create content, how to build your brand, how to grow your following. I teach people how to do exactly what I did 18 months ago. Guys, or again, I don't know, 18, 19, 20 months ago, August of 2024, whatever that is. I should look that up, figure out the math. It's not that hard. I think I can teach you how to grow your following. See, I don't need to grow my following. See, that's the thing here. So and maybe, I don't know, you might have more followers than me. That's fine. In my business, I don't need followers. I need people who are looking for a way to change their financial life and are interested in doing something different that they've never done before. It only takes me 6 customers a month to put more than $5,000 in my bank account every single month. Last month was about, well, didn't quite crack $8,000, but very close to it. Only takes me 6 customers. I don't need a big following. That's one of the primary cool things about this business I'm in. I don't need tech skills. I don't need special experience. Don't need fancy degrees. I don't need a big following. I don't bug friends and family. I don't DM. I don't cold call. What I do is very simple. I follow a daily program that teaches me every single day how to grow my business just a little bit better today, and how to create content that brings customers to me. See, I don't care if I have videos go viral and get hundreds of, I'm not cold calling. I'm sharing my story, my friend. I don't need videos to go viral. In fact, I've only got, if you go look at my profile, I only have one video that's even, I don't know, over 50,000 views. Now I have a bunch that are, I don't know, 8 to 30,000 views, something like that. I don't know. But guys, it's not about the views. Views don't pay your bills. Followers don't pay your bills. And am I saying it right or wrong, Winger? I'm probably saying it wrong, and I apologize. Followers don't pay your bills. They never will. Now, if you can get engagement and you can grow your account to something that is so big, wrong, shoot, Winger? I don't know. I got nothing. Whiner? Maybe. W. Hinger. I don't know. Guys, I help people learn how to build a business online the right way. I don't help people do that, Andre. Sorry, my friend. Guys, if you're here in this room because you're looking for ways to make some money online, you're in the right place. Are you here? Let's do this. If you're here because you're trying to help figure out a way to get out of debt, to get out of 3 jobs, 2 side hustles, or try to, have some hope about retiring one day down the road, put yes in the comments. Guys, this is simple. I just want to know you guys are in the right room here. Because if you're not here looking for ways to make some extra money, if you're not here because you want to find, what is it that people are doing that they're having so much success in the online space? If that's not what you're here for, guys, you're in the wrong room. It is literally that simple. You're in the wrong room. It's what I help people with. Hey, Dan, good to see you, my friend. I teach people every day here on this platform and others how to build a business, how to build a following, how to work with an automated system so that you spend a couple of hours every day running a business that can literally transform your finances. That's what I help people do. Guys, I'm not here to help you, figure out ways to have all your videos go viral. It's not what I'm here for. You don't need videos to go viral. What you need is a program, a plan, and a path on how to get to the finish line. See, 18 months ago, I didn't believe the finish line even existed. Didn't even, you hear that old saying, it's like, oh, the light at the end of the tunnel. Guys, it wasn't that I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I was so buried in credit card debt, so behind on retirement savings. It wasn't that I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I didn't think the light at the end of the tunnel even existed. The tunnel was going on forever. I was in a spot at the age of 56 that I had more credit card debt than I had retirement savings. More credit card debt than retirement savings. Let that sink in, you guys. 56 years old. I was 9 years away from being 65, kind of that magical, when people retire kind of date. I was 9 years away from that. My wife is working full time. I'm working full time. I'm doing 4, 5, 6 different side hustles depending on the day of the week and what, month of the year it was. I couldn't keep up with my bills. I needed help. And I did what you guys are doing. I went to the online space. Now, back in August of 2025, this is more like June of 2024, when I first started kind of diving in, dipping my toes in here. I didn't have any social media. I didn't do TikTok. I didn't do Instagram, didn't do Facebook. I didn't have any of this. Not because I didn't want it, not because I didn't believe it, nothing. It was because in my mind, I was so buried in debt. I was so behind on everything. For me, if I had an hour to sit and scroll Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, I should be out delivering people's groceries. I should be out taking people to the airport. I should be out delivering dinners. I should be doing something that's going to make me some money, because that's how far behind we were. When you're working full time, for me, my wife is working full time, doing all the side hustles and 50, 60, 70 hour weeks sometimes, and I'm still struggling to keep up with the bills. I didn't have time for social media. Didn't have time. And so I went to Google. And here's the crazy thing. You guys are here on TikTok. You're doing exactly what I did almost 2 years ago now. You're here on TikTok searching for how to make money online. Somebody tell me if I'm right or wrong here. Somebody tell me how to make money online, how to grow my income, how to get out of debt, how to afford to retire if you're buried in debt, how to supplement Social Security. What's the best side hustle? What's the most profitable side hustle? How can I make $5,000 in the next month? I just started searching those things just like you guys are doing here on TikTok. Is there anybody here right now? Guys, put yes or me or something like that in the comments. That are you here because those are the kinds of things you're searching for? You're looking for a path on social media that's gonna help you build a little extra income, give you some breathing room, help you sleep better at night, help get the credit cards paid off. Is that why you're in the room? Somebody talk to me here. Guys, I'm not asking you to put your home address or your social security number in. I just want a yes or a me. If you're feeling the stress of being buried in debt, if you're feeling the stress of never having hope about retiring, if you're feeling the stress of working 50, 60, 70 hours a week and still being broke 4 minutes after the paycheck goes into your bank account, be like MIP and put yes in the comments, because you're in the right space here. Guys, this is what I talk about every day. These are the things I was going through 2 years ago. I didn't have social media. DPH says yes. I didn't have social media. Didn't have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, none of that. I went to Google. I started Googling, and here's the crazy part. Because I was doing all those side hustles and working full time, doing all the side hustles, my wife's working full time, and I'm a Gen Xer. I thought the answer was work more hours. Are there any other Gen Xers in the room here? Because if there are, you get that. You need to make more money. What is the logical answer? Work more hours. Any Gen Xers in the room? Put yes, put Gen X, put me. Because you guys get this. You need more money, you work more hours. You get a second job, you get a third job, you work the nights, you work the weekends, you take the holiday shifts, you take the sick people shifts, you just work more. J-Ma, that's not what we're here to do, my friend. That's not my skill. Sorry, my friend. DPH says me. Yeah, Gen Xer, just like me. You get it. So I went to Google because I didn't have TikTok or anything. I went to Google and I was typing in things like this. How do I make more money doing DoorDash? How do I make more money doing Instacart? How do I make more money doing Uber? How do I make more money? I mean, I thought in my brain, I thought I was doing something wrong with my side hustles. Because it's like, I hear stories all the time, people making a living doing Uber, doing DoorDash, whatever. Not just sort of fill in the blanks, but making a lot of money doing it. I'm like, that ain't my story. That's not working out for me. So what am I doing wrong? And I thought, is it going to tell me to work more hours or do this differently or whatever? I thought the answers I was going to find were in the how many hours are you working world. I had no idea the answer that was going to come back was basically step into the digital space. I'm a Gen X guy. We didn't grow up in the digital space. We didn't grow up with phones in our pockets. We didn't grow up with social media. We didn't grow up with internet. We had magazines and newspapers. We had phones with cords on them. We had remote controls that plugged into the device it was controlling. Guys, we didn't do things the same way. And I was still looking for answers that looked like earning income in 1985 or 1995, not last year in 2025. The world works differently. I stepped into the e-learning industry. That's where I sit. The e-learning industry. This is an industry that has earnings of $1.5 billion a day. 1.5 billion a day. Guys, in 2019, pre-COVID, the e-learning industry was a $1 billion a year industry. 1 billion a year. Today, it's 1.5 billion a day. People, and this, you guys know this. This is very common now. People got very comfortable with doing things online, with buying things online, we do everything online now. You probably don't go a single day, let alone a single hour of the day, without having some sort of interaction in the online space. Whether you're connecting with people by email, by text, you're buying something from Amazon, you're always doing something in the online space. Google, when I did that search back in June of 2024, it pointed me to a YouTube video, and that YouTube video was all about this webinar that was going on. And the webinar, which I attended because I was desperate, I needed to know, how can I start earning a little extra income? I went to that webinar and it laid out step by step by step by step. This is how you do it. And the thing is, a lot of people get into the online space and they're like me. They're just sort of blind to the bigger picture. Meaning, you need to earn money. The online space is the right place to do it. But you don't have any sort of plan. You don't have any sort of process for, what am I going to do? Do I have a product to sell? Do I have a program? Do I have a skill? Do I have a service? What is it I'm going to do that's going to make me some money online? Okay, so there's the first problem. You don't have anything. Number two, You need a system. You need websites, emails, payment portals, funnels. You need all these things. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're sending out a few emails and hoping people respond to you, and then you'll get on the phone with them and take a credit card over the phone if you have somebody that wants to buy from you. I mean, is that what the plan is? See, for me, I went to that webinar, and what I learned, the entire business that I stepped into here, 100% automated. I don't ever get on the phone with people. I don't DM people. I don't cold call people. I don't bug my friends and family. I don't send out, thousands of spam emails every day hoping that somebody wants to know more about what I do. Guys, I jump into the online space like I'm doing right now. I spend 45 minutes, maybe an hour here on TikTok teaching people a little bit about what I do, saying, if you want to know more, you guys, it's an easy process. You do number one, like what Gwen just did. You hit this plus button up here at the top and you follow me. That keeps you connected to me. Guys, I teach people every day. I do lives just like this. I teach people how to build a business, how to build their income, how to build their brand, how to grow your following, how to turn followers into customers. Guys, the biggest thing that you need to know is this is not a TikTok business. Now, I do market my business on TikTok because it's a free platform. I get access. Hear this, you guys. I get access to 2 billion people on this platform. It takes me 6 customers a month to put more than $5,000 in my family's bank account. Did you guys hear that? 6 customers. More than $5,000. The month of February was a little over $7,000. I spend 2 hours a day running this business because everything is automated. 45 minutes to an hour every day doing a live just like this. Takes me a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes to create a few pieces of content every day. I create some videos that drive interest in getting people to know more about my business. I share my story, share my journey, share a little bit about this business. I help people just kind of kick the tires, start learning more. I try to give people hope that they can change their finances, hope that they can get out of credit card debt, hope that they can eventually retire, hope that they can quit that second job, stop the 3 side hustles. Guys, I try to give people the same hope that I found 2 years ago. That's all it is. I'm trying to help people do exactly what I did. I turned my finances around using an automated business. It's not hard. I'm the least techie person on this live, probably. I struggle with the smart TV in the other room. I don't know. I'm a know nothing nobody in the online space. You guys, a bunch of you probably have more followers than me. See, it's not about any of those things. You don't need to be tech savvy. You don't need to be social media famous. You don't need to have a big following. You don't need fancy marketing degrees or business degrees or any special social media skills. You just need to have a desire to try something different. Instead of going, saying, hey, you know what? I'm just going to wake up tomorrow. I'm going to commute into the office. I'm going to sit at the office for 8, 9, 10 hours, commute home, grab a quick bite to eat, go out and deliver groceries for a couple of hours, make a few extra bucks, and then go to bed, wake up, rinse and repeat. Instead of that being your plan, maybe consider this. Maybe consider doing something different. Because that's all I did. I considered doing something different, and my life literally changed. And I help people do the same thing. That's what I love about this space. I help people just like you learn how to start growing an income in the online space. If you're here because, guys, if you're here because you're looking for ways to earn some extra money, I just want to ask you an honest question, because this is where I was 2 years ago. When I first discovered this business, it felt very much like a side hustle. 2 hours a day. It's like, that's delivering groceries. That's delivering people's dinners. It's a side hustle. 2 hours a day is a side hustle. That's not a full-time job. See, again, I had the Gen X mentality. It's not a full-time job. It's a side hustle. But here's the thing. Side hustles, like when you jump in and you start, delivering people's dinners to them, you don't have somebody that's tagging along with you, teaching you exactly step by step, day by day, every week, every month, all through the time you're doing it, how to do this more efficiently, how to make more money doing this, how to get better. It's up to you. It's up to you. In this space, I have mentors, coaches, teachers, every single day that are helping me grow my business bigger and better every single day. That's what's different here. And when I first got into this space, guys, I was learning from people that are making 15 grand a month, 25, 40 grand a month. And I'm like, that's probably a little bit above me. I'm just this plain old, then I was 56. I'm just this plain old 56-year-old guy. I don't even have a TikTok account. I'm not going to be a 15 grand a month guy, but you are, and you're going to be the one teaching me how all of this stuff works. So maybe you can teach me how I could make $1,500 a month, right? Because that was, for me, that was sort of my vision here. It's like, if I could make $1,500 a month in this space, man, that would do a lot for my family. Because I've said this already, I was so buried in debt. I had more credit card debt than I had retirement savings. And I was like, $1,500 a month, and that could really change things for us. My wife is working full-time. I'm working way more than full-time. And we're just not cracking on that credit card debt at all. And so I'm like, well, if they could teach me how to make $1,500 a month, that's like 10% of what those guys are making. They could just teach me to make $1,500 a month. I can put all of that right onto the credit cards. And 10 months down the road, that's 15 grand I'll put towards the credit cards. That doesn't pay them off, but it makes a great dent in them. Guys, if you are sitting here in this room listening to me right now, and you could jump into something where it took you a couple of hours a day, like doing DoorDash or Instacart or Uber, took you a couple of hours a day. You do it all from your phone, right from your home. You don't need an office. You don't need to be, tied to a desk. If you could spend a couple of hours a day on social media, which you're already doing, by the way, you're already doing it. You're already spending 2.5 hours every day on social media. So if you could take 2 hours of your day, just 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 20 minutes here, 40 minutes there, however it fits into your day, and you could put an extra $1,500 into your bank account every single month, is that something you'd be interested in learning a little bit more about? Put yes or no in the comments. I mean, maybe $1,500 doesn't move the needle for you. See, for me, and again, I'm just telling you my story. $1,500 didn't just move the needle for me. $1,500 a month was going to change my life. And I mean that completely sincerely. $1,500 a month was going to change life for me. We were buried. I used to describe it as just suffocating a little bit more every month in credit card debt. Gwen gets it. Every month we're suffocating just a little bit more, because as much as we're putting into the credit cards to try and just sort of keep the minimum payments at bay and whatever, the balances keep going up because we're not making enough to pay the bills. So I'm using a credit card to buy gas. I'm using a credit card once in a while to pay for groceries. So you're putting a few $100s towards the credit cards and you're charging more. So it's like you're never catching up, let alone getting ahead. I was going to take $1,500 a month and just plug it to the credit cards. What would $1,500 do for you guys? Is that rent? Would that pay your rent next month? Does $1,500 buy the groceries, pay for the cell phone, the electric bill, the water bill, the gas bill? What would $1,500 extra dollars do for you? Because again, for me, I say that the physical part of it is it was going to start plugging away at the credit card debt. But the real thing that $1,500 a month for me was going to do, it's going to help me sleep better at night. I was tired of waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, cold sweats, heart racing, can't go back to sleep because you just woke up out of a dead sleep, panicked that it's Wednesday, you don't get paid till Friday, and there's 3 credit card bills sitting on the desk, and you don't have the money to pay them. What do? I was tired, literally, physically, of waking up in the middle of the night worried about money things. I was tired of worrying every day. How on earth do my wife and I ever afford to actually retire? I didn't see a path. I didn't see us being able to retire as an option. Ever. Not at 65, 75, 85. In fact, I've made videos kind of poking fun at the way I used to think about it. I made videos saying, like, I checked my 401k and it says I can retire comfortably at the age of 97 as long as I don't live past 98. That's where our retirement plan was. We were going to be putting on the Walmart vest, putting on the Home Depot vest, running a front desk at a YMCA, something. We were going to be working till the day we were dead. We were that buried. Guys, $1,500 a month was going to literally change my life. And I love sharing that with people because I think there's more of you. If you could just make $1,500, and for me, I was like, man, if I could make $2,000 some months, that would be spectacular. Like, what would $2,000 do for you? If you could make $2,000 working an extra couple of hours every day, just sprinkled around your busy life, does that move the needle for you? Because here's the thing, guys. I jumped into this business in August of 2024. I was hoping to make $1,500 a month. That's what the coaches, the teachers, the mentors, they're blowing it out of the park. They're making $15,000 a month. I just wanted to make $1,500. August of 2024, I jumped into this space, opened a TikTok account, opened brand, not like a new TikTok account, opened a TikTok account. I didn't have one. I was brand freaking new to this space. I started learning, I jumped right in. We have the beginning of this program. We've got a 7-day launch to profit. Here's what you do on day 1. Here's what you do on day 2. Here's what you do on day 3. Here's what you do on day 4. 7-day launch to profit. We've got a 30-day marketing plan, things that are designed to get your business into profit mode fast. I jumped into this, and I say it all the time to people. I felt like I was drinking water from a fire hose because I was all over the place. I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue how to do anything on TikTok. I literally opened TikTok's app for the first time the day after I started this business. I didn't know anything. I was going to make $1,500 a month though. And that was all the motivation I needed because $1,500 was going to be so huge for us. It wasn't going to get us retired, obviously, but it was over time, maybe over the next couple of years, was going to get us out of that credit card debt hole we were in. So I jumped in August of 2024, guys, and I don't hold anything back here. I answer any questions. I paint the whole picture. I purchased a program. I'm very clear about that. I purchased a program. I promote the program, but the program is not about buy a program to sell a program. Now, yeah, I can absolutely sell the program, and I make a lot of money selling the program, but it's taught me how to make other streams of income, how to do my own things, launch my own communities, do my own programs, my own products, how to get recurring income streams, affiliate marketing, promotional marketing. It's teaching me all this other stuff. But back then, man, I was laser focused on $1,500 a month. I jumped into this in August of 2024, you guys, and in August of 2024, brand new to this business, I jumped in here, and 3.5 months later, I hadn't made $1,500 a month. 3.5 months later, I was having my wife quit her full-time job. Guys, this business in about 100 days turned into something that allowed us to have my wife quit her job. She had a full-time 9-to-5, but kind of a nasty situation, honestly, a long commute, kind of a toxic workplace. It was sort of ugly, but we had to have the income. She couldn't quit. 3.5 months after I started this business, she quit. She was able to stop working. This business had met or matched her bring home salary. 3.5 months. Started this business in August, and before Thanksgiving, my wife was quitting her full-time job. Now, the credit card debt wasn't gone. It wasn't. The retirement savings wasn't grown, nothing close. But I was doing something in 2 hours a day that allowed my wife to quit her job at the age of 55. And guys, if that's not the biggest win possible in your middle 50s, I don't even know. I don't know. Your dreams are bigger than mine. I'll just say it that way. Because the moment that became a possibility, I was like, this is what we're doing. We'll get the credit card debt worked on, but you need to quit working. And so she did at 55. And if I was sitting here today, now, I don't know, 18 months later, 19 months later, whatever it's been, if I was sitting here today and the only big ticket win I had was my wife quit her job, I'm 100% fine with that. If that's the only good outcome of this business, guys, again, I will go to my grave saying that's the best decision I ever made. But it's not the end of our story. That was 3.5 months in. I was still growing this business. I was still learning. I was still basically clueless. I was brand spanking new. I kept doing the daily coaching, the daily teaching, the daily training. I kept doing the live sessions. I kept doing the 2 and 3 times a week mentoring sessions. I just wanted to grow this more because now that I knew this works, I wanted to do it better. 13 months later, so I started this business in August of 2024. August of 2025, 13 months. My wife had quit working. We had our credit card debt paid off. And I wasn't working any of the side hustles or my full-time job anymore. I was working this 2 hours a day. 13 months in. I'm working 2 hours a day instead of 60 hours a week. Credit card debt is under control. My wife doesn't clock in at all. And at this point, I'm 57, she's 56. This is just this past summer. And we are living life like we're retired when a year earlier to that, I'd have told you, I don't think we're ever going to retire. I don't think we're ever going to retire. My friend, if you are interested in learning more about what I do, you do two things. You hit the plus button up here at the top, follow me. And you go to my website right here, makingyourpath.com. This isn't a button. You can't press this. You got to screenshot that, go to my website. That's where the information is. Guys, I'm going to send you an email. It's going to be in your inbox within 5 minutes. Now, check your junk folder, check your spam folder. It could land there. That's, email does that. I teach people how to build a business online, how to build your income, build your brand, grow your following, how to create content to bring your customers to you so that you don't spend endless hours every day running a business. You spend 2 hours a day. You create some content. You connect with people on live, just like this. You let TikTok or Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, whatever your choice is, you let social media market your business for you. Takes 6 customers a month. 6 customers a month, you guys. Puts over $5,000 in my family's bank account. I don't have any upline. I don't have a network or a corporation that takes some of my income. Somebody in here, if you guys are in the network marketing, the MLM kind of space, you know what I'm talking about when I say if you made $100,000 last year, you probably pushed $30,000 to people up the food chain from you. Because that's their cut of your hard work. Anybody here in the network marketing space or MLM type of products, those kinds of things, because you know what I'm talking about. You're still working hard to make other people a lot of money. It's like a regular job. It's like your 9 to 5. You're making your boss money. You're making his boss money. You're making the manager money. You're making the owner money. You're making shareholders money. And here you're just barely getting by every single payday. You're making all them money and you're just making it barely from one paycheck to the next. Maybe you're not making it from paycheck to paycheck. In fact, 80% of Americans live payday to payday to payday to payday. 80%. 40% of people my age, I'm 57. 40% of people my age don't have a single dime saved to retire. Those are the things, it's like, some of you hear those statistics and you're like, yep, that's my story. But I could never say those words out loud because it's just me. Guys, it is not just you. In fact, if you're sitting here on this live right now and you're in that, 45 and older type age group, and you've got none or very little saved to retire, I don't want you to be scared or shy about putting me in the comments because you're not alone. Guys, at the age of 56, and this took me a long time to be able to say these words out loud. At the age of 56, I had more credit card debt than I had retirement savings. You are not alone here. It's sad, but you're average. The thing is, most people don't look to the online space to try and change things. Most people, when they do look to the online space, they go, it's an SCAM, right? They're like, it'll never work. Or you're skeptical. It's like, it works for them, it'll never work for me. Guys, that's basically where I started. I was like, I was very skeptical when I started this. Not that the program itself didn't work. I was seeing way, way too many people having success here to think for 1 minute that the program didn't work. What I thought, though, is, again, like one of my mentors, to this day, one of my mentors was making 15 grand a month. I was like, I'm never going to make 15 grand a month. I mean, I didn't see that as my future. And full disclosure, you guys, I'm not making 15 grand a month right now. I'm not. I'm growing. I almost hit 8 grand last month. I hit over 5 grand consistently month after month. It's very predictable now. But I'm still growing. Guys, one of my mentors who's making 15 grand a month, I was like, that's them. That's their story. I was in the skeptical camp still. I didn't even have TikTok at the time. I was like, they can teach me how to make maybe 10% of what they make. And I was fine with that. If none of my story to this point had unfolded, other than the fact that I had learned to grow this business to make 15 grand consistently, repeatedly, every single month, and I was still plugging away at the credit card debt, guys, I would be fine with that story. I mean, if you had jumped into a business almost 2 years ago and you were spending a couple of hours a day on it, simple things, nothing complicated. You don't have to know tech. You don't have to have special experience. You don't have to be social media famous or anything. You could spend a couple of hours a day on it, and repeatedly every single month, you're making 1,500 to 2 grand every single month using it in this 2 hour a day business. Would you be pleased almost 2 years later? You've made, give or take, 50 grand in this business in the last 2 years. Looking back, would you be pleased that you made a decision to try something different 2 years ago? If you're sitting here today and you had made, I'm just kind of in round figures, you'd made a couple of $1,000s every month for the last couple of years, and you were hitting right around 50 grand in earnings. Would you be happy with those results? Somebody tell me in the comments. Would 50 grand in the last couple of years make you happy with your results? Somebody just be honest with me for a minute. I mean, maybe you wouldn't be. Maybe you're like, 50 grand, that's hardly worth it. No, I mean, that's not where I come from. That's not where I'm coming from at all, guys. I mean, if I'm sitting here 2 years down the road and I've made 50 grand in this business, working a couple of hours a day, I'm going, man, this thing knocked it out of the park. This thing knocked it out of the park. But guys, we have people in this business making 50 grand a month. 50 grand a month in this business. And you're sitting there going, yeah, I gotta get off this live because my 30-minute lunch break's over. I gotta go back to work. Guys, I want you to open your eyes to a different way to do things. You don't have to keep punching a clock forever. You don't have to keep, wishing and hoping and praying that you finally win the lottery and that's how you're going to be able to afford to retire. You don't have to keep sitting there thinking, well, I'm at the credit limit on those 3 credit cards. Hopefully I can apply and get a 4th one because I don't have any room on the other 3. Guys, that doesn't have to be life. It can be so much more than that. My wife and I, 18, 19 months after I started this business, I'm 57, she's 56. We kind of live life like a retired couple right now. We're not old enough to be retired, but we sort of live life like we're retired. She's been over at the beach with her girlfriends for a week. She's going to be home for 5 days, and she's headed off to visit her best friend in Dallas and then go see our oldest child back in Arkansas. She'll be gone for 2 weeks. So 3 out of 4 weeks, she's going to be traveling. You don't do that if you've got a job. You don't do that if your income requires working a certain number of hours. Guys, you do that if you've got an automated business. You do that if you can spend a little time here and there throughout your day, 20 minutes here, 40 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 30 minutes there, however it fits into your life. Create some content, do some engagement, some interaction with people, just continue marketing your business and let your email, let your website, let TikTok, let the other social media channels continue to run your business for you. And you get into a predictable and repeatable income pattern. Guys, digital income is the future. Learning, it's like I don't understand when people, you spend so much time in the digital space already. You spend more than 2 hours every day in social media. You're on Amazon. You have groceries delivered to your house because you put an order in online. You play games online. You watch church services online. You do everything online. But when somebody says to you, hey, you could be earning your money online, you're like, nope, I got a 9 to 5 I got to go to. I got to get off into traffic and I got to go to work. It's like, guys, I just want you to understand. You do not have to keep working more hours every day, every week, every month in order to just barely pay the bills. The answer is right here in front of you, literally. You're staring at it. You need a phone to run this business. You guys are staring at a phone. You need social media to run this business. We're all on it right now. You need the internet to run this business. You're using it, a data plan, Wi-Fi, whatever. You're using it right now. Guys, you don't need any magical skills, special degrees, fancy followings. You don't need any of that. You just need a couple of hours a day, your phone, social media, and a desire to change your life and the ability to be coachable and consistent. Guys, you can change your entire world, and I'm here to help you do it. If you want to know more, hit that plus button up there at the top. Follow me, stay connected. I do these lives every day. I post videos every day. I just keep teaching people every day. Some days I feel like I'm pounding my head against a wall because nobody's listening. But guys, I know there's one person out there it's in your head right now. It's like, man, maybe I need to know more about this. And I would love to just teach you more. The second thing to do, guys, this isn't a button. You can't press this. This is a sticker, this yellow sticker right here. You got to screenshot this. That's my website, makingyourpath.com. Go there, put your email address in, get your free information. It's all free. I'm going to send it to you by email. Check your junk folder, check your spam folder within 5 minutes. It's all automated. Guys, this is all automated. I don't have to jump off this live and go send out 187 emails. Everything here is automated. That's why it only takes you 2 hours a day. That's why anybody can do this. And if you're sitting going, it's automated, I don't know tech, I don't know how to do any of that, you don't have to. I'm the least techie person in this room right now. You don't need to be tech savvy. Go to my website, makingyourpath.com, get your free information, or you can hit this little orange arrow down here. Guys, I want you to have the information. If you've got the information, you can look at it, explore it, make an educated decision if this is right for you. Start asking me more questions. Respond to the email. Ask me questions. But if you don't get the information, you're just going to keep going to that 9 to 5 every day. You're just going to keep clocking in, making your boss rich, making the manager rich, making the owner rich, making the company rich, making the shareholders rich, while you continue to struggle to pay your bills and probably never retire. That's the path I was on. I'm not throwing rocks. That's the path I was on. I want you guys to be able to just repeat the process that has worked for me and for thousands and thousands of other people. All right? So, hit the plus button, follow me, screenshot this, makingyourpath.com, go to my website, get your free information right there, and then come back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, normally on a Thursday, I go live at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow is different. I've got some scheduling issues, so I'll probably be live in the afternoon tomorrow, around 2 p.m. Pacific time. Follow me. You can get notified when I go live. Come back to my live tomorrow after you've gone in and gotten your free information, taken a look, watch that. There's a 10-minute video. Watch it. And then click the button that takes you into the website. Go explore the website. Everything is there. Reply to the email, ask me questions, or come back to my live tomorrow and ask questions tomorrow. I just want you to learn more. Guys, have a great rest of your day. I will see you online tomorrow. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.